by 1900, the whole of Africa had been colonized. And when Africa was colonized, the indigenous artisan industries died. Therefore, by 1955, when Africa started getting independence, starting with Sudan Khartoum, the economies of Africa were totally distorted. They were only producing some few unprocessed raw materials. That's why by independence, in Uganda here, we are talking of an economy of the 3 C's and 3 T's. And the 3 C's were cotton, mainly unprocessed, coffee, unprocessed, and copper, semi-processed to 94%, not fully processed. Then the 3 T's were tobacco, tourism, and tea. Tea also semi-processed. That's when we came on the scene in the 1960s as a student movement. And when we came on the scene, we saw these distortions, and we started synthesizing our ideas. It was not a straightforward movement because we had a lot of political upheavals, but even in those upheavals, we continued synthesizing our ideas. And by 1980, we had really clarified our vision. Our vision in philosophy, ideology, and strategy. It was clear. I don't have time to go into all that. But when we came into government in 1986, we summarized our views in the 10 points program. Those of you who are old will remember that. The 10 points program of the NRM. Now, 3 of the 10 points were: number 1, the full monetization of the society, of the economy. Because one of the problems of Africa was that the economy was not that the population, the majority were not in the money economy. Like in the case of Uganda, at independence, 1962, the people in the money economy were only 9%. 91% were outside the money economy, or what they call subsistence economy. They were only producing for the stomach, for eating at home. So we said this is not correct. The whole population must be in the money economy. Then point number 5 of the 10 points was building an economy that was independent, integrated, and self-sustaining. This was because of the obvious hemorrhage that was going on in Africa. Like if you take the copper, which the British were taking from here, from 1956, they would process the copper to 94% purity, what they call blister copper. Fully processed copper is 99.9% pure. It is called cathode copper. Now, first of all, when you don't fully process, you get less money per ton. But secondly, that blister copper could not be used by, for instance, Mr. Meta. Meta had a cables factory in Lugazi already. But he could not use that copper in his factories because it was not pure enough. So you would get the same processed copper of Uganda going all the way to Mombasa to be exported, and then Meta are to import the fully processed copper from somewhere else. So much wastage. So therefore, the copper of Uganda was neither vertically integrated nor horizontally integrated. Because horizontal integration means it could be used in the other factories of Uganda. Vertical and horizontal integration. So that's what we are talking about in point number 5 of the NRM program of 1986. Then number 3 was regional and continental integration. Because we were clear that if we did not want to be like Latin America, because you see, Africa can be like Latin America, or you can be like the United States of America. The British colonies, when they got independence from Britain in 1776, 13 of them united and formed the nucleus of the United States of America. The Spanish colonies in South America, when they got independence, they remained scattered. Up to now, they are scattered. And you can see how the two have progressed. In South America, you have chaos, you have misery, you have stagnation. In the United States, you have got a powerful center built only yesterday. The United States is only 400 years old. Our kingdoms here are more ancient than that United States. But here, we are lagged behind because we did not get, one of the factors was not getting enough unity. So therefore, to have a strong market, a big market that makes it easy for the wealth creators to succeed. Because me, I'm a wealth creator, I'm not a parasite. I don't depend on anybody, I just depend on my cows. And all I want from you people is a market. You buy my milk. And if your pockets are not enough, help me to go to the market of Kenya and South Sudan. That's all I want. Then I will become a billionaire. And I will create more jobs, pay more taxes. That's what we wealth creators want. We want a big market. A big and sure market. So this is what we have been pushing all these years. You remember the East African community had broken down during the time of Idi Amin. We were able to bring it back with Museveni of Kenya, Museveni Mwinyi, and Mkapa of Tanzania. The community is now back. It's not functioning fully well, but it is back, and we keep improving it. So therefore, I want to congratulate Mr. Lalani for his contribution in this effort. Because now we are fully aligned with Mr. Lalani now. He has been importing steel raw materials, intermediate products, we call them intermediate products, from Japan. I think that's how he brought those young people, the Japanese. Arigato. I speak one word of Japanese. Arigato means thank you. I even went to their factory. I drove many kilometers. I think Lalani is the one who organized it for me to go there. They are called Nippon or something. I went there. And he has been adding value here. And the value addition he has been adding here has been 54% of the value. Which has, of course, saved money, because the fabrications he's doing here and the value addition, the coating, the galvanizing, the what, if they were done abroad, the products would be more expensive, and then all these jobs would not be there. The jobs which all these young, how many are working here in the factory? Who, among you? Many of them are in the factory. How many do we have here? What is the total number? 2,000.
Total is 2,224 people.
2,224. So, if what Lalani is doing here was being done abroad, these 2,224 would not have jobs. And the electricity, because the electricity which is doing this is ours now. That's why what Mr. Alan started doing was a step forward in the right direction. Some local value addition. But now, He has gone all the way. That's why I want to salute him now. He's now ready to join me to produce the intermediate products he has been importing from Japan here in Uganda. Because we have got the best iron ore in the whole world. It is the purest, 65% pure. There is no other iron ore in the world which is purer than ours. I hear there is one in Peru. Peru is somehow a bit similar or something like that. Otherwise, the hematite iron ore is the best. We have got both the hematite and the magnetite. The magnetite is in Tororo. The hematite is in the Kawale area, Kisoro area, and Kanungu, Togota. So therefore, I want to salute Mr. Alani. I didn't remember that he had come from Rwanda. You came from Rwanda. That one I didn't remember. And he started something small in Ruboa, but he has now grown. So I thank you so much. The turnover now is $300 million here.
Yes, Excellency, it is 1.2 trillion shillings, which translates to $300 million.
And 70 million of that is exports.
Yes, Sir, Excellency.
So therefore, we are really here to celebrate movement in the right direction. The first step was correct, and the subsequent steps are even more correct. Now we shall continue discussing with our East African partners to remove all these tariff and non-tariff barriers, because this is blindness. Some of our people wanted me to ban rice from Tanzania. I said, why? Oh, Tanzanian rice is cheaper. It's cheaper, and they say it is better. Oh, okay. So I can't do that. I told you these inefficient producers of rice here. The Wanyankore say, Utantone katetaha bujenyi. That's what the Wanyankore say. Utantone wantone katetaha bujenyi. Which means that if you have got an injury, don't go for the dance. Because if you go for the dance now, what if they step on you? Only go to the dance when you are sure that you don't have injury, which can be. Oh, English is a poor language. They don't have enough words. Because oktoneka, it's not in English. Oktoneka, omuluganda bakyogera batya. Obona ekiwundo omuntu nanyigako. Waliwo Abaganda wano ddala. Abaganda tusigadde batono wano.
Your Excellency, kitegeeza okukosa.
Okukosa.
Yes.
Naye okukosa ekyo kya byonna. Naye Olunyankole lulina ebigambo bingi. Okutoneka simply is only for somebody to break press where you already have an injury. So that's why the proverb says, if you have got an injury, don't go for the dance, because otherwise they can press where you are injured. So if you can't compete, get out of the market. This is what I told the Tanzania, my people here. Because if I ban Tanzanian rice, I am making 4 mistakes. Mistake number 1, I am kuzingamia. You see, our languages, how they are better than English. Kuzingamia means to stunt the Tanzanian rice grower who is more efficient. So when I deny him a market, I stop him from growing. This is mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, ayukusera. Kusera is another one of our words, to be unfair. To be unfair to the Ugandan rice consumer. Why should a Ugandan rice consumer be forced by the government to eat more expensive Ugandan rice, maybe poorer quality, because I'm protecting some inefficient local rice growers? It's a big mistake. So that's the second mistake. Third mistake, I also kuzingamia the Ugandan rice growers. I also stunt the Ugandan rice growers because they get used to artificial protection and they don't improve their capacity to compete properly, fairly. But then number 4, if I ban the rice of Tanzania, Tanzania will ban products of Uganda. Retaliation. They will retaliate. This is suicide, blindness. So that's why I said no. You rice growers of Uganda, if you can't compete, go out of the market. Do other things where you can compete. So we are going to clarify. The people of East Africa will understand it, and anybody who doesn't understand it, I'm sure they will not like it. It's a question of sensitization. Now, finally, in our beliefs, we believe in global affluence. By 1970, the only affluent parts of the world were like 3. You had Western Europe, North America, USA and Canada, and Australia and New Zealand. The rest of the globe was in poverty. China, India, Africa, even Russia. Now, affluence is growing. Because of the reforms of China, China has got out of poverty. India has got out of poverty. Africa somehow, in some here and there, a number of groups are out of poverty. So therefore, I'm very glad with Mr. Lalani's packaging here. He's now demonstrating that everybody can benefit if we understand the importance of everybody of global affluence. Don't want to be rich and all the others to be poor. Because here he has shown you his guests. From Danieli, are those not Italiano? Italiano. Como está? How are you? I speak Portuguese, I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Italiano. I speak some como está. So, this factory, which is creating jobs for Ugandans and adding value to the wealth of Uganda, is also empowering Italian companies by buying their products. If the Japanese, who were supplying raw materials to Mr. Lalani, if they join him to invest in a local steel industry in East Africa, East Africa will benefit, they will benefit. So, why do people want win-lose? Why do they not want win-win? Which is what I can see Mr. Lalani is doing here. At a global scale, you have heard what he was saying, that Sub-Saharan Africa needs infrastructure, needs the railway. How much steel shall we require to push the railway from the Kenya border to the Congo border, through Congo to Kisangani, from Kisangani to South Sudan, South Sudan to Central Africa, Central Africa to Cameroon? How much steel would that be? You have heard the young boy with good figures saying that you fellows, the Africans, your consumption of steel is only 20 kilos per capita means per person. That in the world, the average is 200. This is because you are still in Mama Ingia Pori. Muchakoze semuli, mchari mumuli, netosi. If you start building permanent buildings, the steel consumption will go up per person. If we build this railway we are talking about, and more power stations, and then we are making our own cars here now, the steel consumption will go up. So therefore, let the packaging of Mr. Lalani be encouraged. Here in Africa, we have got this huge number of human beings. Africa is 12 times the size of India. You can fit India into Africa 12 times. But until recently, Africa has been having a smaller population than India, you can imagine. It's now that we have overtaken India now. We are 1.5 billion, and in the next 30 years we shall be 2.5 billion. In the next 30 years, a quarter of the human race would be Africans. So it's a huge market, potential market. So therefore, this linkage, Uganda, Japan, Europe through Danieli, and other parts of the world. Now, Lalan told me that the Chinese company, CCCC, are the ones who built the factory here. So you can see how he has linked all these people. The Chinese, the Italians, the Japanese, the Ugandans. This is the way to go. Cooperation instead of conflict. So I salute Mr. Alani, and I will give you all the support. Since we have now agreed to build a vertically integrated steel industry, there are enough raw materials, because the raw materials we have for steel are like 500 million tons. So even if we are using 2 million tons per year, it will take us 250 years to finish the raw materials we have now, which we are sure of. So, long live Uganda, long live roofing. Thank you very much.